Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of more Extinction Notes. Today, we are going to cover this area of the map, but this time we're going to cover the notes that are on the surface, because last time we took the ones that are located underground. And we're starting here in this area, so here are the coordinates. Unfortunately, there aren't much like structures that I can use as definite landmarks. You just kind of need to look at the terrain. But you can see the border lights, the border posts along here. And you can also see there's a waterfall coming out from these glaciers that forms a river and a waterfall back there as well. And you can also see that there's this very kind of pointy glacier that leads down to a tiny little pond that's kind of located on this rock right here. And that's the one we want to pay attention to. So what you want to do is you want to go down to the pond underneath here. And then you want to go on the right side of the glacier. Right side. Land on the side of the lake or the pond. And you see that among the plants, we find Meiyin Notes number 29 at 13.2 by 28.3. And then starting from the same location, so the glacier is right there. Here are the coordinates. This time, though, see that you can either go right along that path, or you can go left, which leads up to that lake over there. We want to follow this path. Follow this path up to this other bigger lake. And once you reach it, just look left. A couple of big rocks. And next to the one on the shoreline, pretty easy to spot, we have Diana log number 22 at 10.5 by 29.4. Then we are moving to this location. So basically, the glacier that we were at earlier is right over there. We basically just moved a little bit further east, sorry. A little further east. There's not really any buildings or landmarks other than the surrounding terrain, but you can see the border posts are still kind of running along here. And yeah, on the back us, behind us, we have kind of this glacier white spike. And in front of us, going to point northwards or northeast. There should be border posts on the left side, and some of these very spiky rocks right ahead. There is a pathway going down here, or that way. We want to go in between those. You see that spike right there? Again, here are the chords. This spike, we want to go behind that spike. And you see there's a kind of plateau. Kind of reminds me of Crate from Star Wars. Like white and red. But once you reach this kind of glacier, bloody glacier, next to these pointy rocks, if you go towards the cliff, or towards the very end, which is kind of a cliff, find Diana log number 23 at 14 by 40.9. So for the next note, you want to start here in this location. Give you just a quick view around. Go up a little bit. This is what it looks like. Here are the coordinates. 12, 42.2. And you want to look northwards. And you should see there are two of these tunnels kind of forming here. And on the left tunnel, you'll see that there is a lot of this sort of alien gunk. I don't really know what it's called, but you have all of these like weird like red threads kind of going all over the place. And on the left side, you can see that you have kind of three clusters. You have kind of a small one here in the beginning, a big one, and then like another few big ones back there. But it's this first big one, this one, so not this little one, but the bigger one here, they want to go down to. And on the left side of it, there's this crystallized looking rock. And behind that rock, you'll find Diana log number 24 at 7.9 by 41.7. And then starting from the same location again, so here are the coordinates. Again, you have those two tunnels ahead. But this time, you can see there's a kind of cliff above it. I'm going to get up on that cliff side. Above the tunnels, get up on the cliff. Should look like this up here. And basically, when you reach the cliff, you want to just follow the edge of the cliff to the right. And eventually, when you reach more or less the highest point here, almost the highest, you will see there's a Diana note up here as well. This is Diana number 29 at 8.4 by 44.6. For our next note, we want to move to this location. We are now literally on the edge of the map. You can't even see the marker anymore. It's inside my hand or below my hand. But we are at these coordinates. Unfortunately, there aren't many landmarks that are very distinctive. You just kind of need to look at what my surroundings look like and see if it matches yours. But I gave you the coordinates, so it shouldn't be too difficult. What you want to do is you want to position yourself next to this very big, like, mushroom tree thing. I don't know what these are. They're kind of all over the place here. But this is the tallest one. So position yourself next to it. And then look in this direction. So kind of look away from the rest of the trees or the mushrooms. And you should see that there's some of those weird, like, tech, alien kind of spikes. Or like, it almost looks like hair over there. And what you want to do is that you want to go right of those. So go to the bottom of these. Go right of them. And just kind of sitting on the side next to some obsidian, we find a Diana note. This is number 28 at 1.8 by 38.1. Then for the next two notes, we will start in the same place, although we don't have to go that far this time. So here are the starting coordinates. Here's that big mushroom thing right here. And this time, you want to go down to the roots of it. So if you go down to the roots of it, it'll look like this. There's kind of this diagonal shelf back here, or diagonal rock. But you want to look over here. So you'll see that there is some metal nodes down there, and some obsidian down here. But next to these two metal nodes, it's very easy to miss because it blends in quite well. But if you just look left, there's a bit of an elevated part of the shelf here, as you can see. And on top of that part, so the metal nodes there, mushrooms behind you there, and on this little flat area, we have the Megamek TM at 1.5 by 41.9. And from here, if you look kind of back towards that mushroom, if you look left, there's some obsidian, some metal node, and some weird kind of alien stuff. So go that direction, go past this weird alien stuff. You get out here, and there's a cliff kind of forming. But as you can see, on the tip of the cliff, right over here, we find another Diana log. This is Diana log 25 at 1 by 43.5. Then for our next note, we want to make our way up here. So here are the rough coordinates, but it should be pretty easy to find because we are now on the top surface, no cave or anything. And we're going to make our way to that terminal. So that is the big Titan terminal. This is the boss arena. So that's right there. But if you are watching this in its entirety and you're not entirely sure, then that is the big mushroom we spent time on for the past few notes. So we are very close to where we were just now. You want to make your way to this terminal. Again, here's the chords, roughly. And you can see there's kind of this pathway leading up to the terminal here. So just walk up this way. And then once you kind of reach the top, you'll see that some trees or bushes and grass starts growing here on the left. And it can be a little difficult to see, but here at the very start of that grass, we find Diana log number 30 at 3 by 48.7. And then for the final 2 notes of the day, we are going to start here at these coordinates. There's a cave entrance right here. The winter dome is very close, as you can see. But there's a cave entrance right there. This is what the area looks like. There's a little red kind of obelisk structure over there as well. So what you want to do is that you want to head into the cave. Pretty straightforward. Just head into the cave. And once you enter the cave, you should see that there is a lake or a little water in front of you. And once you get closer to the water, you should also see that there's a little waterfall right there. So once you get to the end of the waterfall, if you just look a little bit left of the waterfall, the Giga is kind of in the way. But if you see the waterfall, go a little bit left. And on this little ice sheet right here, little ice flake, we find Diana number 27 at 5.5 by 57.8. And then for the final note, just follow the water. Just follow this lake till you reach the very end of it. Right here. Then you should see, I mean, I see some wind blowing that way. But just follow this road around this corner. Follow the path, I guess. Around this corner. And to the left, you should see there's some trees forming. Specifically, there is one right in front of you. This one. One without the leaves. And basically, if you go to the very end of that tree, you can see it has a really weird kind of spiral look to it. But on the right side of that tree, down here, we find a Diana log 26 at 000 by 55.7. The reason it says 000 is because we're actually above the map right now. We are not even in the coordinate zone. So it's actually more like -2 something. But it'll say 000, unfortunately. And that was basically the last note for the day. I'll just fly away a bit so you see what the area looks like distant. Nice little place. So if you did find this one helpful, please like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.